It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hello my lovelies, I am Madeline. I am a drummer, composer and journalist living in London, and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell, the vibes of this video today are a little bit different to normal. I'm usually posting on this channel all about motivational content and creativity, but I wanted to lean this video into a bit more of a relaxed energy. So if you're after my usual how to be the best you kind of content, definitely go check out those videos and come back to this one. Social media in 2025 has really taken that step to encapsulate and cherish sort of nostalgia and memories. And as you can probably tell from my last video, I love contributing to that. I love nostalgia. I love looking back into the past and appreciating everything that's happened. In that video, basically, I took my old digicam, which my family used to capture my childhood on, and I filmed London at Christmas, basically trying to recreate a very early 2000s Y2K home-style video of what Christmas is like now. So if you're into that kind of cozy vlog style content, but in a very early 2000s, your family could have filmed this kind of way, then you should definitely go check that out too. Anyway, really leaning into this appreciation of nostalgia, I have been directing the content that I'm consuming into this kind of realm too. And one of the series of content that I've really been loving at the moment is Emma Chamberlain's podcast, Anything Goes. She's been talking about her favourites, things she regrets buying, things that she likes buying, different clothing trends, looking back in time, and I really love that. It feels very old school YouTube, like when people used to do monthly favourites, things they've been loving. So I thought I'd bring that back in December, with my favourites as a girl with a lot of whimsy on her mind. So now all there is to ask is the big question of, what has Madeline been loving this December? And stick around because the last one is probably my favourite and the one that you're going to find the most use out of. I've noticed this year that I'm at my absolute happiest when I'm really intentionally intensifying seasons for myself. I find it really grounding to be eating produce that's really seasonal, researching historical traditions around this time of year, whether it's Easter, Christmas, not even a holiday at all. I've just noticed I feel very grounded and happy when I'm sort of leaning into that. And it does also help fight the seasonal depression off. In my last Substack article, I talked about things I've been reading this year, and I've really been embracing organising my reading schedule around the festivities. Definitely go read that too, I'll leave the link down below. So the first thing that has made me really happy this month is my oh so traditional advent calendar. This is my advent calendar of this year. It's just a cute little paper one. Now don't get me wrong, I am absolutely partial to waking up to a chocolatey treat every single morning. I've even invested in a couple of Lego Star Wars calendars in the past, and I have no regrets about that. However, for the last few years, me and my mum have been sharing the same Moomin advent calendar. It's just a plain paper one that we hang up on the wall, and behind each door is a really cute scene from Moomin Valley. Yes, this is also a hidden petition to bring Moomins back because I don't hear enough people talking about them. But before, when I wasn't at uni and I was back home for Christmas, we'd open every single door together, and because each picture made us so happy, it was so cute, it was something so little to appreciate. I found a non-object based surprise every morning to make me more excited for the December mornings compared to the very indulgent sort of beauty calendars and cheese advent calendars that you can get now. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a wonderful concept, a great gift, and honestly I think a lot of them are worth it. But sometimes it's nice to appreciate the simple options, with the added bonus of being able to share something really special with my mum too. It was such an unexpected little realization of appreciation. But I also realized that I kind of do eat chocolate most days anyway, so the ritual of a normal chocolate advent calendar, which I had before, wasn't really as special as I thought it was. However, having said that, before, when I've been asked by friends, they're like, what advent calendar do you have this year? And then I've told them it's like a cute, simple little paper one, I've always been met with a, oh, that's kind of boring. But I proudly stand by the fact that this has brought me joy. And I will also proudly say that I have upgraded to an unopened one this year. This is the first year that I'm opening this specific calendar. Mainly because I'm not at home, I'm at uni, and I just couldn't strip my family home of that Moomin advent calendar. I've just looked into this. I wanted to see what the first ever advent calendars were like. Since I'm claiming this to be a very traditional one, their origins began in the 1850s involving hand-carved wooden toys and marked candles. Maybe I haven't gone down a traditional route. Okay, my point still stands. Pick the things that make you happy, even if they're simple and people judge them. My number 2 December favourite is my walking boots. I regret to inform you that as I'm filming this, I may have loved my oh so pretty purple mountain White House walking boots a little too much. They are on the verge of collapse. They are covered in holes, and I did wear them in the rain the other day. My feet got soaked. You might be thinking, but Madeline, you live in London. Why are you strutting around the big city in walking boots? And to that I say, you are clearly unaware of my true home in the Shire. I'm from the countryside, okay? I don't own that many pairs of shoes, and these are so comfortable. They're so warm. I am someone who is cold all the time. Even in the heights of summer, I've been known to throw this hoodie on. By the way, do you like my Queen of Narnia outfit? It's very Christmassy. But leaving the house knowing that my feet are going to be nice and toasty is an absolute privilege to me, and one that I've been very much indulgent with. I mean, clearly, because they're very literally falling apart. So this is just me simply appreciating that I own a pair of shoes that are going to give me warmth. It really is the little things. I genuinely don't think they can last one more wear though. So if anyone has any good recommendations for hiking boots, I am all ears. Please tell me. Leave a comment down below with your best recommendations because oh my god, I need them. My number 3 favourite will not come as a surprise to anyone that knows me in real life. Simply cinnamon. Absolutely groundbreaking, I know. Cinnamon and winter, who would have thought? Okay, so I did not invent this combination, but it is timeless and it needs to be given its time of day. I put cinnamon in everything. Coffee, breakfast, sweet, savoury, it doesn't matter. If I have made it, it's got cinnamon in it. Maybe that's my cold-bloodedness coming out again. Even my taste buds are just screaming for warmth. If you're not a routine user of it though, please just try it out. It doesn't have to be a fancy baking recipe with 3 proofing stages. Maybe just add some to your tea, a little bit to your coffee, but try and tell me that you don't think whatever it is you've added it to has not been leveled up. I dare you. Just try it out. Oh my god, I could scrounge a cinnamon roll right now. Number 4 on the list. She and him. If you follow me on any other platform, if you don't already, you should. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube obviously, so subscribe as well, and Substack. But yeah, if you've seen a picture of me on any of these platforms, then you'll be aware of the coat. This is one of 2 iconic coats that I own. I wear them every day. Oh my god, wait, it's actually on this chair. There you go. Genuinely wearing it, not just an influencer trying to push something on you. I got this coat for £3 on Vinted last year and I stand by the fact it is the winter coat. And facts are facts, I believe Zooey Deschanel would be so proud of my ownership of this coat. It's very new girl, it's very 2014 Tumblr. It's so twee, but strutting around the big city in an iconic coat must be accompanied by a theme song. Am I right, ladies? All jokes and my fangirling of Zooey aside, I genuinely believe that her band, She and Him, can easily claim the title of the best Christmas album. And if you're going to take anyone's word as the truth, let it be the word of a whimsical 20-year-old drummer and singer from small town England. Because also as a lover of Christmas, I have sampled every single Christmas album out there. I've done the market research so that you don't have to. This is the best one. If you still want convincing as to why you should listen to this album specifically, I'll get technical. What makes me think that this LP is just perfect and it's so standout is the fact that it is nostalgic. It fits the vibe of this video completely. It's recognizable because it is a cover album, yet it has this completely unique aura about it. Like, you wouldn't immediately know that they're covers, and I think that's so hard to do, especially with Christmas songs that we all know. I just think the production on it is great as well. I love Zoe's style of singing. I think it's just very cozy and easy to listen to. It's calm, it's jolly, and it's perfect for being in the sort of background of your like main character activities while you're just walking around or like while you're wrapping presents. It is just perfect. It's not in your face like I know a lot of Christmas music is, and I think that's the reason a lot of people don't like Christmas music, is because it is so, I mean, it is kind of intense. A lot of it is. I'm a lover of Christmas music, but I think sometimes I really value that kind of folky coziness. And if you're after my specific recommendations, I never get bored of Christmas Day, Silver Bells, and Have Yourself a Little Merry Christmas. Merry Little Christmas. My bad. Yeah, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Those are my 3 favourites. However, every single song on this album is no skip. Carrying on this theme of media that I've really been loving, I would like to introduce you to my star book of this month. It is Bookworm by Lucy Mangan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm really sorry if I'm not. Baby, it's cold outside, which means you need to do one thing: get cozy around the fireplace and read a lovely book. Wintering and reading for me absolutely go hand in hand, and although I've posted another article specifically about my entire winter reading schedule, which you should definitely check out, it's basically me just talking about what I'm consuming word-wise, because I really do love indulging in seasonally specific content. I do think it's important to add at least one book to this favourites because reading is such a big part of my life, and I think everyone should be doing more of it. You know, I'm seeing so much inspirational, anti-brain rot, anti-doom scrolling, prompting content, and I just like to offer my recommendation for what I think people should be reading this winter. Anyway, this book specifically is wonderful. Lucy Mangan, if I'm saying that right, is a columnist for The Guardian, and Bookworm is a memoir of childhood reading. That description is pretty self-explanatory already, but she delves into all of our favourite childhood nostalgic classic books, which makes it perfect for my December favourites. I'm talking dissecting and analysing the Gruffalo, Mr. Men books, The Hungry Caterpillar. She talks really wittily and perfectly and humorously about the psychological impact they had on her, also society's general childhood, and how we grow up, well, I guess how her generation grew up in a completely written world. world. They didn't have digital information. All the information they had to learn from was written. And I think this book just sort of sums up the differences between then and now really eloquently as well. I've talked before about how my dyslexia means that I really struggle for some reason to read non-fiction. I'm really not a natural non-fiction lover, but her humour and her wit in this is just addictive. Anyway, it seems to have completely cured the reluctance for me to read non-fiction, and I really recommend this book. I haven't even finished it yet, and it's in my December favourites. That's telling you something. Yeah, I won't overanalyze it on here. I'll save that for one of my soon-to-be published reading roundups on Substack. So subscribe to my newsletter if you don't want to miss out on that one. On the slight topic of dyslexia though, if you are also interested in indulging in this age of nostalgia and early digital age with us, especially as it seems to be what social media is leaning towards in 2026, but you feel that you're unable to read this book or just unable to sort of digest written content in general, because trust me, I am there with you the whole way. I really do get it. It's really frustrating to want to read very sort of profound, poetic, really helpful, long-form essays, but not feel like your mind is letting you do that. Then definitely check out my YouTube channel. That is the kind of content I'm putting out. It's half vloggy. As a music student in London, with that nostalgic one filmed on my old video camera like I mentioned, while also tapping into that sort of side of motivation that I really want people to have with their own creative pursuits. So definitely subscribe and check out my channel. What I decided on for my number 6 favourite is very specific to me, so let's just get straight into it. Jo Malone is a brand that is very, very special to me for many reasons. Myself, my mum and my grandma cannot help but run into their Covent Garden shop when we're there, especially when we're together and especially when it's Christmas. I am 1000% a marketer's dream. Make a limited edition, seasonally appropriate product, and I am there. I find it very hard to resist. But oh my god, if you could smell through the screen right now, you would completely understand my obsession with this holiday fragrance from 2023. It's called Red Currant and Cream, and it smells... I can't even describe it. It's so good. It's so addictive. Yes, this is 2 years old. Yes, it's only half used, and that is because it is so precious to me. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, Jo Malone's probably the only brand that actually sticks to their words of limited edition, because they have not brought this back since 2023. I mourn this decision of theirs not to keep it going every single week. I'm not even kidding. I genuinely think about this, and it is why I'm so cautious of using it. Anyway, I was very lucky that year to have received this as a present. I am also very grateful because I remember it was a very quiet Christmas, and that is good because I was smelling myself all day. Yes, I will happily admit that with no shame. Needless to say, this is probably one of my favourite perfumes that I've ever owned, and I use what remains of this liquid joy so sparingly now. I wish this could be my signature scent, but because it's not guaranteed that they're going to bring it back, I'm so scared of using it. If anyone is involved with the company and is watching this right now, this is my formal request for you to bring her back. Yours sincerely, Madeline Darcy. Anyway, here is my last December favourite, and possibly my favourite of the 7. Who would I be to be creating content for multiple platforms without celebrating the other wonderful women specifically who are creating the most wonderful, unique and comforting content for the world? So I just wanted to end off my December favourites with some of my favourite female content creators whose work I've been very proudly consuming over this past month. You can probably see they've definitely taken an influence into my own work, and if you like this video and my content, you're probably going to like theirs too. Let's start off with the iconic study queen herself, Ruby Granger. I mean, she's just so impressively provocative in the absolute best way possible. I think I could genuinely accredit her solely for multiple occasions where I've needed motivating and I've been brought out of a complete session and time period of like burnout. If you feel like you're stuck in a rut or need a bit of motivation just to get some work done, watch Ruby Granger. She is the ultimate remedy for laziness. I've recently been coming to terms with the fact that while I love the freedom of expression and direction with my creative university degree, I've really missed having a slightly more sort of academic curriculum. I'm a big fan of learning, you see. Maybe not of school, but educating yourself I think is the most valuable thing that you can bring to your life in 2026 and onwards. Coming from a background in maths and physics and a very academic lifestyle, going into a creative degree has been a really difficult transition for me at times. I would like to commend Ruby on actually making me realise that I have all of the power to create my own learning curriculum. I can truly educate myself about anything without the need for a person with a title to give me a lesson plan. That's just not necessary. So thank you, Ruby, for your wisdom, your courage and your kindness. One of my biggest inspirations for my own content is the it girl from the I Love Sky, Niamh McKinnon. I'm so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. You can tell me how to say it properly. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I definitely feel like I can find a lot of myself in her. She's spoken a lot before on feeling stuck and lost when thinking about the future, the effects of having a small town mindset going into the bigger world, as well as all the fun stuff that I definitely align myself with. You know, the hiking, the traveling, the cozy fashion. I could probably keep listing these similarities for a while. I just find Neve to be a very down-to-earth girl. She's very easily to relate to, and she's really just trying her best to embrace what she can and the small things as life throws itself at her. I mean, I think a lot of the whimsy girls out there can relate to this, especially the ones from small towns with big dreams like me. This is a shout out to you. I should probably also mention the fact that my pajama collection has seen a significant increase due to her influence, and I really honestly never find myself influenced to buy things because of people online, but she seems to have convinced me. I mean, you can literally see these pajamas I bought because of her, and they even made a feature on my autumn lookbook, which I posted on TikTok. I'd love to mention she's also brought another huge appreciation for the Isle of Skye as a place and a destination. I think that's so admirable, and I definitely want to go there. I've never been to Scotland before, and maybe that should be on my bucket list for 2026. Anyway, thank you, Neve, for your humility, resonance, and comfort. My final recommendation is Isabel Page. When it comes to this girl, apparently I've been living under a rock because I've only recently found her, but she's on the verge of 1 million subscribers. Everybody say yay Isabel, because that is such a wonderful achievement. And if you have the time to watch some of her videos, you will undeniably see why she is on my favorites list, and also why she's about to reach such a huge milestone. The cinematography and color grading in her content as a self-proclaimed film junkie is something otherworldly. It's so inspirational to see, and she's genuinely helping me educate myself on how to create good films. As much as this isn't, you know, a blockbuster, it's still a YouTube video that I've filmed and edited to the best of my ability, and she's definitely helped me learn so much about how to do that well. I would love to be a fly on the wall during her editing process. Like, honestly, just to watch her do it would be so valuable to me. I could say something very whimsical here about there being a sort of hint of magic in what she does, but I think that would completely undermine her effort and her skills, and that is the last thing she deserves. Basically, she's really good at creating genuine cinema, but simply for a lovely YouTube community, and instead of huge blockbuster movies, she has this talent and it's beautiful. So thank you, Isabel, for your artistry, your vision, and your whimsy. Well, that was a lot of yapping, even for me. Thank you so much for taking the time to indulge me and take a little insight as to what I've been loving this December. Like I've said, I'm still kind of new to this whole content process, so I'd really appreciate if you liked the video, shared it, and subscribed to my channel. And definitely check out my TikTok, my Substack, and my Instagram if you're interested too. Let me know in the comments, what have you been loving this December? What are your December favourites? Anyway, until next time, poppers. Love ya!